Welcome to the Healerverse Roundtable.
I'm excited to share lots of stuff with you
Me
today.
too. And I love that Brian's here too, because I feel like he's going to be so supportive of what you're doing. Brian is here in Palm Beach. Natalie's in Broward. You're a little bit up near Orlando, and we're all Floridians on today. We had other people coming that didn't show up, which is cool because it's divine and it goes on YouTube anyway. And what I really was hoping that you would highlight today is starting with what you're working on. Because, like, there's people that are going to hear this that can support you with what you're working on. Even, on this call weekend. And like basically where you're at with that and the next steps. And then I'm going to ask you if it's okay to tell us your story.
Okay.
I love asking that question because I feel like it's so powerful and we can all relate to each other's stories. So I hope it's okay that I say this. I have a special humanitarian group chat that I created, right? And that's for like people that are doing big things and that are founders and are creating big projects so that way I can support them with like their pitch deck and all that. And then some founders are already like at their series A or like greater or multi-time founders and stuff. And then or are have a project on the back burner, maybe like somebody on this call that I cannot wait for to launch and for us to be able to support one another. And in there, I basically put 10 slide pitch deck, 20 slide pitch deck, what goes on the data room, and all that, right? We are going into a new earth. So, like, things are about to look really different. We already started to transition into that. There's an overwhelming amount of abundance coming to humanitarian projects starting already, and it's going to continue to trickle out. And I also put people in that chat so I can support them when people are looking of where to put that, right? So, I want to hear about your project, if that's okay to start there. And then so people can hear about this and we can support you, and then we'll keep going.
Okay. Great. Thanks for having me on today, Trish. I'm so excited. So happy to be a part of this group. Happy that Natalie and Brian are here. Thanks for being here, guys. I want, let me just start by saying this project was a long time coming. Like it was a long time coming. Like years ago, I started getting downloads, about what it is, who I am and why I'm here. Who am I and why am I here? I think those are the two quintessential questions that we all need to answer, right? So as I started going through spiritual awakenings and I started to realize remember more and more who I am. How can I put it? I had this download, and this download was to build a healing center or build a, not just a healing center, because there's lots of healing centers out there, but a place where people could heal their soul, could heal completely their soul. They're not just their physical body, but their soul and their oversoul. And so everything that has happened to me since then, or everything that I've learned or gained along the way since then has led me to where I'm at now. And so what I'm doing is I am going to be starting a movement starting here in Florida. And I know that this movement is not mine. It belongs to the collective. It belongs to all the light workers who want to do something big for humanity, that all came here with the soul contract to help humanity. And that is to build a new earth sanctuary healing center, where we teach people that all the technology you need, even though I am very supportive of healing technologies, which I want to incorporate, but all the technology that we need is inside of us. We have, like we were just talking about breath work, we have this amazing ability to heal just through our breath. And we have this ability to connect to the earth's magnetic field. So breath, connecting to the earth, direct sunlight, drinking structured water, eating organic, nutritious food, all these things heal. And this is what I want it to be a central focus in the movement of the healing centers that we're going to build. And they're going to be more than just healing centers, they're going to be wellness communities. So there will be healers that will come and stay there and maybe live there part-time or maybe even full-time. There will be a team of people that are all talented and gifted in some area, whether it be a physical healing art or a spiritual healing art. And we will put them all together. And not only that, but it will be a sanctuary where we'll build, we'll have sustainable food growing. We'll have like a food forest, permaculture thing growing, so that when people come, they're eating off the land. They're eating organic, healthy food that didn't come from a grocery store and didn't come through all of the toxic food system that we have. So that's farther along down the road. It takes time to grow these things and to start these things. But for now, the project is to gather friends, gather allies, gather people, friends and investors with resources to work together and collaborate as a team to build this new Earth organization. So we're building a new Earth organization. Just this morning, I partnered up with another person. We're going to travel around the world to different healing centers. We're going to find out what they're doing. We're going to collect data and information and participate in their things and bring that back so that we will have all the background and all the knowledge we need to start our own. So I'm really excited to be traveling a lot this summer. I just bought a camper and I'm going to be traveling around to different healing centers, starting in Florida and across the country, and just gaining partners and allies in this. So the project is right now, phase 1, partnering and allying, gaining allies and finding people with resources to share so we can pool our resources together. This is not one person just has all the money and buys something. This is everyone chipping in with what they have, whether it's time, energy, money, or all three. So, and then hopefully I would like to start one here in Florida. I'd like the first one to be the flagship here in Florida and in a location that makes sense for everyone. So that's the project. Did that answer your question? Was that thorough enough?
I love it. Oh my God. Congratulations. And it's going to come together so fast. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not my vision. It's all of our vision.
Yeah, literally.
And we all need to help each other.
Totally. So we can tokenize it too, so that way people can buy into the project if they wanted to. So I can help you with the tech side of things because we're doing similar stuff for one in South America. And she's basically buying the land and then stewarding some of it back to the elders of the community in a specific South American country. And a lot of my tech team, that's more of the token team, is doing stuff similar to Indian tribes, because they have so many natural resources on the land, and helping them to get the gold out and get the natural resources and everything. So I can definitely help you on the tech side of things. We're about to have all these healing centers across the US. I'll just leave it at that. And what would be amazing is if you could actually lead that, and we can provide all the resources to you. And I know everybody on this call will be on board for that. And yeah, I mean, you're going to be great. You're going to get all the resources you need, all the funding that you need, all the support that you need, all the partnerships that you need. And all you had to do was come up with a dream and start writing it down. That's what it takes.
And just tell everybody, just talk it out, just speak into existence. Tell everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people have the same dream, so we just need you to execute, right? Because that's the difference between most people and, you know what I mean, and you. Yes. It's the execution. Yes. And you already started it. That's huge.
Well, and the 20-page pitch deck and all of that was so much easier than I thought. Oh my gosh, it was so easy. It's done. It's been done for a week now.
I'm good at breaking stuff down and making stuff really easy because,
Yeah.
like, once you've already done something and it took you a year to figure it out, you could give it to somebody now with AI and everything, and they could do it in like 5 minutes. It's like you word vomit into whatever your preferred source of AI is, and you say, I need it broken down into this, and give me suggestions and break it down into these, and they tell you everything you need to know.
So, yeah, I know. Can I tell you something that came to me? I
Of
believe that one of
course.
my ascended master guides, because I have many ascended master guides that have joined forces with me. I feel them so strongly now, like so much more strong as I speak this vision into existence and as I meet the right people at the right time in the right place. More and more, I feel the presence of my ascended master guides. And one of them said, and I don't know if it was Jesus or Mother Mary or Metatron, or I know that they're all there, but said, why don't you team up with the Florida Wildlife Conservation and get some land donated to a retreat center? Like, why don't you team up with some of these organizations that have a ton of land that's not being used for anything, to just say, okay, we have the same common goal. We want to renew the earth. We want to protect the animals. We want to help the people. Let's do this all together,
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, yeah. And also to be like a steward of the land, right? Like they do need
Exactly. We want to
that.
be a good steward of the land. We want to protect what's there. We want to help the animals. We want to just preserve this beautiful environment. And we also want to bless the people.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, basically you could do the same thing that you already did with creating your 20 slide deck. Now you roll it into a proposal to the respective organizations, send it out to them. If you need my name on it or whoever, like it's fine. You know what I mean? And I support you. Like, and I'm sure a lot of people will, you know? Yeah.
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 I know that with the right, I feel it. I don't know if it's because Gemini is in Uranus or whatever the cosmic shifts that are happening this weekend.
Yes.
But I feel like now is the time to make those partnerships. Now is the time to find the right people, to say the right things, to get those things, to get people on board.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
really
You're right
interesting
about
that
the
it's this
planet.
weekend that I'm
It's the
talking
new
about this
moon.
because, yeah, it's a new
Yeah.
moon. So
Thank
it's time
God.
to find those people and say, okay, how about it? Let's do
Yeah.
something now. Let's get
Yeah.
some government funding to jump in and say, okay, there's millions and billions of dollars sitting there.
Exactly.
There's acres and acres and acres of land just sitting there with nothing's happening with it.
Brian knows
Well,
a lot about that.
Yeah.
yeah, and oh my goodness, I'm so bummed I'm at this event. I mean, I'm not, but it's good. I do have to step away here pretty soon, but I would love to meet or continue the conversation. Trish, I don't know if you're able to connect us,
Of
but
course.
yeah,
Absolutely.
because one of the things we do now, ours is more grant focused, which is we're generally granting for dollars, right? But land and things of that nature are something that we can also take a look at. Um, and yeah, we have some opportunities. I think there's a lot of synergies here. Also, if you're looking for investment and whatnot, we may be able to assist in that. So
That'd be
unfortunately, I do
fantastic.
need. Awesome, yeah, I love that. And unfortunately, I do need to step into the event now. But Trish, if you can connect us and maybe send her some information about engineered tax services and engineered advisory, or
Yes.
just connect us and I can send it over to you. But yeah, I think we might be able to help you with this. This is really fun.
Yes.
Hey,
And yes. Thank you, Brian.
All
Thank
right, thank
you.
you. Great
yeah,
to
thanks
meet
for
you
Thank
being
all.
here.
you.
Absolutely. Bye.
Enjoy the event. Uh-huh. Yay, that's amazing. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit too. Yeah. Brian's such a good guy. Like yeah, he works for my friend Julio. That's why I was like wondering if Nathalie knew who he was. And and they have a lot of capital, like a lot. And they also started this whole grant thing. and yeah, like helping people to get grants. So I
It's
just,
awesome.
yeah,
That's really exciting stuff.
yeah, yeah. Nathalie wrote, I love Julio.
Oh, the
Fun.
age of Aquarius, ever since it shifted out of Capricorn, I've been meeting all kinds of people who are Aquariuses. Like, and they're my new best friends. Like, it's so
I'm
weird. It's like,
Aquarius.
I think, yeah, I just love Aquarius energy so much right now. I don't know if it's because we just shifted or
Thank
what,
you. Yeah,
but
everyone's feeling that Aquarius vibe. It's
yeah, yeah. And
literally,
it's funny, like my
I
personality
keep
is
meeting
shifted too. Like I'm
Aquariuses.
no longer how I
Totally.
used to be, you know?
Yeah, same. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah. It's good.
So
It's
cool.
good.
I'm like, I used to be so polite and stuff. Now I don't care. Like, yeah, I don't, it's not that I'm mean. It's just
Just
that I mean what
you're
I
just being
say. And I,
authentic.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And I don't care if I'm weird. I don't care if I'm the weird one in the room. It doesn't matter.
You don't have to apologize.
Yeah,
We're all real
no.
here.
Exactly. That's what I love about Healerverse. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. Oh my God. Like, just, I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. And it's gonna happen so quick. Like, it's gonna happen so quick.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
so like I can feel like the energy. I can feel the momentum this morning. I was listening to um triple eight hertz frequency,
Oh,
and it was
nice.
this image of a fire horse like galloping
Oh,
towards you with
shit.
a blazing eyes and like a flames coming off. And I was like, yeah, it's the year of the fire horse. And I
It's
can feel
real
that
life.
energy. It's like so intense. I don't know
Oh,
if you guys can feel the intensity going on, you know?
I was thinking about that this morning and I like forgot that it was the year of the fire horse, but I was thinking about that this morning actually, like the actual, just the thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things
Yeah. So
is for
did you
that.
want me to tell you more about my story? I mean,
Yeah. Natalie, what were
okay.
you gonna say?
I was gonna say, if you notice, like if you think of something, it happens where before it would take a couple of days or maybe longer. Now you think it, and the same day,
Yeah.
sometimes within minutes,
Yes.
it happens. Like you think about someone, and boom, or you're like, oh, you're like thinking something is gonna happen around the corner, and you look around, and it's happening. It's like I was on the highway and I told my son, I got onto the highway and I said to my kids, and I said, I'm like, wow, I just had like a visual, like I just remember, but I remembered because this actually happened. I was on I-55 in Springfield, and there were two people walking. They were tweakers on the highway walking, and I told my son, I'm like, wow, I just felt like I just saw two people walking on the highway. I was not even done speaking. There were two people walking on the highway on I-95 in Florida, and I'm like, right, it things are happening like this. So it's there, and I say this because it's a good reminder for all of us to be very much aware of our thoughts, because we
Yeah.
are manifesting in like 0.2 seconds.
Oh my gosh. I have so much to say about that. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Yeah,
it's so true.
Be careful what you
Quantum,
manifest.
be
Either that
careful.
or
quantum
maybe
shift.
it's just that you're like on that vibration that like you see it before it happens or both,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah. It's a combo of both, I think. Like, oh my gosh. You know what that says a lot about too, though, girls, is that you're spending time to be in that frequency, to take the time to yourself, to allow yourself to be so in tune with what's happening that you already know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been happening a lot to me lately. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
a lot. I can
Same.
see that right on your face. It says it like, oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is the best. It feels like a Friday. Like every
It
round
does.
table's different. This is like just such good vibes for today. So in alignment. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That is the word. The word is alignment.
The word
Like
is alignment.
for the year 2026, that word just keeps coming back to me over and over again. Get in alignment. Get in
Get in
alignment with your
alignment.
higher self. Get in alignment with your purpose and your mission. Get in alignment with the right people. And whatever's not in alignment, it will just go away naturally. It'll just go away,
Amen. Mhm.
you know? And you can tell people, you know what? I don't think that's in alignment with me. Like if they're trying to sell you on something or trying to get you to do something, say, nope, that's not in alignment with me. And what
Yeah.
can they say? You know?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because there's too many hours in the day and not enough at the same time. And it's like you want to spend it on the stuff that you believe in. Like this age of Aquarius is like also doing what you love and getting, you know what I mean, abundant for it. Like, yeah. And when I'm not in alignment and I'm pushing, 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 like the Capricorn that we were in, like, man, I was spinning my wheels and I wasn't getting anywhere. But then now I am able to reflect back in retrospect of why I wasn't getting anywhere. And it was like the universe saying in a way, like, wait, wait, wait. And also, hey, like, I love that image of like God or Jesus or whatever. And like the kid has the little teddy bear, right? And there's a huge teddy bear behind God, and God's like, give me the teddy bear, the little teddy bear. And then like the kid's like, I love my teddy bear. And then God's like, but I have something better. And it's like a huge teddy bear behind, right? It's
Oh,
so, yeah, that's like, that's how it is. And it's always like that. It's always moving with bigger and better abundant blessings. And as we rise in frequency and experience, we're able to hold more space and contain more and exuberate the frequencies that are necessary for like the next phases and the next phases and all that. Because I mean, like
absolutely.
life and lessons are invaluable. Like,
Yes,
yeah, even if we
very
didn't like
much
them
so.
at the time.
It's true.
Yep. Sorry, I went on a tangent. I had some coffee.
I can tell you got lots of energy.
This is actually how I woke up today, like this. And then I had coffee. I'm just happy. I'm happy for some reason.
That's good. It's a happy day.
Yeah, it is a happy day. And I
That's
love
why
you
I'm wearing
girls.
yellow. Can you see I'm wearing yellow? It's
Yeah,
happy.
it is happy. It is. Yeah, and it's also serene. It's peaceful. I wonder if we could invent a new color.
I'm sure we could.
Hello, Aquarius.
Let's go get some paints and invent new colors.
I don't see why not. Like,
Oh my God, what is it gonna look like? You gotta, maybe a new rainbow will come about or something.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. Rainbows in the skies all the time.
I love
Just like
that.
in I imagine ancient Lemuria looking like that.
Oh my God.
It's
Need
so
that.
colorful.
Yeah, life
Yeah.
is colorful.
So, do you want to hear more about
Yeah, I want to hear your story.
things?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
Okay. So I was born and raised in California. I'm a
Nice.
California girl. I was born into a very large family. I was born as a little Mormon girl in the Mormon family, and one of the youngest. I was child and number 8 out of 10. So I had very interesting, humble beginnings. I had lots of older siblings um, that I looked up to. Then they made lots of mistakes that I learned from. You know, it's great being one of the younger ones because you can look up and watch people make all the mistakes and then be like, I'm not making that mistake. So I had that wisdom of Sophia from the very beginning, that just inner knowing. And so I was kind of always a very sensitive. I was born sensitive. I was born with a very uh, sensitive nervous system. And I've come to find out now, I've come to realize now that I was born with 11 strands of DNA already activated when I was born. So I was already like online. I was already sensitive to the spirit world. I was already hearing, you know, getting messages from the spirit world. And I was like very intuitive and very much an empath and and it was hard. Like growing up, I had felt like I had to hide. I felt like I had to hide everything because I was in a very oppressive religion. I don't know if you guys know anything about the Mormon religion, but very oppressive. Not nearly as oppressive as the Catholic religion, but kind of very oppressive to women too, especially, you know? It was always about the men. The men were the leaders, you know? The women just had to like be subservient and be quiet and not, you know, not lead. So I always felt like there was something wrong with that. So I started going through these spiritual awakenings and these just, I had what we now know as claircognizance, where I just knew that I was here for something more. I knew that I was here for something greater. And I even like I would put on my screensaver on the computer, Merrille the Great, because I knew there was greatness. It was just being overshadowed by the upbringing that I had. My parents were awesome. They were really good. You know, they tried their best to be good, but I always tell the story when I get up and do public speaking that I got really down on myself because my parents were very critical and very perfectionistic. So I was raised to think that if I was not perfect, then I was not accepted and I was not loved. So this is my core story that I'm going to tell you. And I realized through a spiritual awakening, I was taking voice lessons and I was practicing my warm-ups and I was practicing singing. And I had this moment where I just stopped and I realized, no, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect. I'm already loved anyway. So that's my core message, that you don't have to be perfect to be loved, that you are loved. You are loved and that you are loved. And so that propelled me forward into my later time, like my later years. I got married really young. I had a bunch of kids. I had 6 kids. And I knew that there was more to me than just that. Getting married and having kids. That's what my parents wanted. That's what my culture told me to do. I was just following the program, the world of you have to get married, you have to have kids, you have to do what everyone tells you to do. Keep your head down and keep quiet, you know? But there inside of me is a quiet rebel. I was inside, I was like screaming. I was like, I know that I'm here for more than this. So I discovered through getting very, very ill, my whole healing journey and becoming a healer started with becoming very sick. I became very, very sick with, I was diagnosed with leaky gut syndrome. I don't know if you ever heard what that is, but it basically is like little tiny microscopic holes inside your intestines and stuff leaks out and it makes you very sick, you know? So I had been healthy up until that point. And so I started down this road of, I got to find answers. Doctor's not going to give me answers. Medical's not going to give me answers. All of us healers that have gone down the healing route, the alternative healing route, know that they don't have all the answers. In fact, they know very little, next to nothing of how to help you heal. You know, they're just there for the paycheck. They're there to get your money. They don't care about your healing. So I had to figure out, I had to figure out like, how am I going to, I have to get better. How am I going to do this? I was pregnant at the time with my 5th child. And I was like, I had to eat. I could not eat. I was allergic to everything I ate, but I was pregnant. So I had to figure out how to eat, had to figure out how to survive, you know? And so I discovered this modality called the emotion code. Have you guys heard of the emotion code? No. The emotion code is a healing modality that anyone can learn. It's super easy process that anyone can learn how to do, and it's based off of muscle testing. So I started learning how to muscle test, and I started practicing 50, 100 times, 200 times a day. And I learned how to muscle test, and I got certified in the emotion code. I went through the certification program. So that was the beginning of my journey. And from there, I went on to become a body code practitioner, got certified in the body code to find root causes to people's illnesses. And I mainly got into this for my own self because I wanted to heal myself. I was doing it for selfish reasons to start off with. And then as I started to heal and get better, then I started wanting to help my family and my friends and everybody. And then in 2020, I got completely 100% done with my certification in body code. And I started working on people around the world. I started doing, remote healing sessions, one-on-one sessions with people from dozens of countries around the world. People, lots of people around the United States, lots of people in Europe, in Canada, and even in Australia and in Mexico, and had all these body code clients that were at that time desperate for answers. Everyone wanted to know, why am I sick? And through all of my thousands of sessions that I've done for people, I've discovered that we live in a very toxic world, and toxins usually are the reason. Usually 95, I would say even 97% of all root causes to your bodily illness is from toxins, and specifically heavy metals. So I went on this heavy metals crusade to raise awareness to everyone that there's heavy metals and that you need to get them out of your body. If you want to,
from food or water, or where do you think it's the environment?
They come from the smog, from the air. They come from the water. They come from your cookware. If you're cooking with really cheap pans, like cadmium is a heavy metal that gets in your food. Aluminum is in the food. Not only that, but to go along with that, there's plastic in everything. There's microplastics in everything. And I found out that through all of my studies of the body code and the body, I should have a PhD. I should be a doctor with all the studies that I've learned about how the chain reaction in your body of things starts with toxins. It starts with pathogens, right? So a filthy body that has lots of toxins build up inside will then attract pathogens and disease. So a clean body cannot house disease, they say, So I did a lot of work on that up until about 2021. And that was the year that I moved to Florida. When I moved to Florida, I had this new shift in consciousness that now we need to teach people how to heal themselves. Like, we need to shift from doing things for people, catching them a fish, and as opposed to teaching them a fish. We need to shift from doing, having them just sit there and let you do all the work for them, but no, teach them how to do it themselves. So my new mission was, okay, how are we going to teach people how to heal themselves? And I learned and gained a lot on that journey, and decided to take my passion for music as a vocalist and a pianist and a musician, and put it with healing and merge them together, and became a sound therapist. So for the past 4 years now, I've been doing sound therapy and working with frequencies. I actually started with the frequency stuff way back in 2019, because I knew, oh my gosh, you listen to a certain frequency for like 4 or 5 hours in the day, it'll totally transform the way you feel. It'll totally transform everything. If you just listen to 528, so I started with 528 hertz, so you guys know about that one. That was how I got into frequencies. It's like the unconditional love frequency. And so I was like, I know there's something to this. I know that frequencies, we want to think in terms of frequencies and vibration, right? And so then the message from my guides and from God kept coming to me, raise the vibration of the planet. You are here to raise the vibration of the planet. The new message, not only am I here to like be the love, right? And teach love to people, right? And how to love each other, but I'm here to help raise the vibration. That's what we're doing with the healing centers. We're going to raise the vibration of the planet, the whole earth itself, and everyone on it. And that's what my mission or my focus now is. Like, we're going to heal the collective now. We're not just going to heal the individual, but we're going to heal in group settings. We need to heal each other in group settings. And so now I'm going to be doing workshops and facilitating group healing. And so I'm excited because I just met these ayahuasca people, and I'm going to be learning how to facilitate that, learning what they do and their shamanic institute and all the shaman rituals, but also teaching sound healing to people, teaching do-it-yourself sound healing, because anyone can do sound healing. You don't have to go to a sound healer. You can learn how to use your own voice. You can play your own instrument. You don't need someone to do it for you. You just need to learn how it works and have some understanding of it and what it's actually doing. It's actually changing you on a cellular level. And so that's what my workshops are going to be about. That's what the group group facilitations are going to be about, I actually put together my own energy healing modality called sound healing activation, where we put together and combine all kinds of things together. The EFT tapping, along with chakra therapy, along with emotion code, along with quantum healing techniques and changing your thoughts, along with the singing bowls and the tuning forks, and putting them all together. And it's called sound healing activation. And I do it. I can do it at one-on-one with someone if they want to go deeper and heal deeper trauma, or I can do it in a group. So that's what we're going to do, is do it in a group. And the last time I did it in a group, I did it at the Peace Festival back in, when was it? It was last year. And one of the guys in the audience afterwards, he shared with us that he had a block in his ear, in his right ear. For years, he could not hear very well out of that ear. And after we had just finished up with the singing bowls and the activation, it's like his ear, like, unstopped and he could hear again. So I was like, whoa, that was amazing. So it creates big shifts in you in really short amount of time. And it's really awesome. Like, the frequency healing, I believe, is where all healing is headed, is frequency and light. So that's what the healing centers are going to be using. A lot of light, a lot of frequency sounds, a lot of techniques. And then just recently now, I've learned how to activate with your voice. And I'm going to be teaching people how to activate their 12-strand DNA. Because we were, like, not everybody was born with all of the DNA activated. And, they say that only, like, how many do you have? 2 strands that are activated, or 3 strands. And then, with these activations, you basically become your avatar self. You basically activate all the energy, all the elements within you, and you're no longer one thing, you're everything, because you are a divine spark. And that's what we want. We want to help people activate their divine spark within. That's how we're going to that's how we're going to create a new earth, is to get everyone to activate their whole entire soul, their whole oversoul. And I'm so excited to be able to do this. This is what I'm here for. It's go time.
Say all that again. Literally. Preach, sister. It's echoing. It's echoing. It knew I was saying, say it again. Literally,
Yeah.
like, it's go time. We're going to get everybody to activate and up level. And I have a question. Is frequency and light almost the same thing? Like, does light have a frequency? That's my real question.
So the Bible says, I'm going to quote the Bible, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, right? That's, I believe, in the beginning of the Bible. What that means is that there was a sound. So in the beginning, there was a sound first, and the sound was, let there be light. So sound created light. So light is a vibration that sound made. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I've been studying and looking into infrared light beds, that you can lay in.
Yeah.
As well as frequency beds.
Chat, by the way, there's a whole celebration going on in the chat right now, just so you know.
Yes. And so, all of us healers that understand how healing works, I've seen it. I've felt it in a future timeline. I've been future timeline jumping for the past several months now. I've been seeing these and feeling these things already. They're already real in another timeline. And they're already real inside me, inside my field, that we are going to combine our efforts as healers. And I'm an Arcturian starseed, so I have a lot of Arcturian innate understanding of healing. And people are going to be bringing all of their innate inner healer that they were born with together. And we don't even need the med beds, because we're going to have all these people that understand how to change, how to not manipulate, but how to use frequency from their own body to help heal, and they'll be able to activate the own frequency within them to heal themselves. that we are the tech. All the tech is inside of us. And all the tech that we're creating out there, like my Rife machine, I'll have to show you this. Like, I have these things. They're called chi coils. They were invented by Nikola Tesla. And I plug them into my Rife machine, and they emit frequencies. That tech was invented based off of the frequencies that are inside of us, you know? And though all these things are really helpful, the focus, I think, is going to come down to activating that naturally, organically within ourselves without any electricity, without any like gadgets, because all these devices, they take up energy, right? And we want to give energy. We don't want to take energy. Does that make sense? So I've been having a lot of discussions with my other healer friends, and we're talking about how can we help the earth not destroy more and take more from the earth in order to build high-tech healing centers and to heal people, but how do we bless and heal the earth at the same time as we're healing the people? Because we want to give back, not take more. So I'm excited. I have not yet. I don't have anything. I love your dancing, Trish. Just pay mind to your dancing heart.
That's how we roll, sister. That's how we roll.
Right.
This is so exciting. Like, I'm just also, I like what you said about the timelines, like how like you can like go to whatever timeline you want. Like that's what I'm experiencing too. I never realized that was possible until recently with like the different jumping, and then also like deja vu up the gazoo. And I'm like, I'm in like 5 places at once. And it's sometimes random people that I'm around that I'm like, I'm getting deja vu. And I'll say it to like random people, like, and I'm not even sure that they're on the same frequency, or maybe they are, but I can't even nail down a specific time in the most recent past that happened, but it was a lot recently. So that's why
I've been getting visions. And this happens at night when I'm sleeping, but sometimes when I'm meditating too, not super clear visions, but just because I'm claircognizant and clairsentient, it's more that I feel it than I actually see it. Some people really have vivid vision, but I see councils, and I'm in councils, and I feel the councils of light that I'm in. I'm in a lot of different councils of light with many different ascended masters in my astral travel and in my projections, because I'm saying in this 3D reality to you, I'm going to build a healing center and I'm going to do it this way. And then I go and I talk to these councils of light in my astral travels and in my dreams, and they're like, yes, and this, and then they give me visions and downloads. They gave me a vision. I'm going to tell you on this. Now, I was scared to tell anyone this, but they gave me a vision of myself making a YouTube commercial and standing in front of an old, like a mental health facility. That's my backdrop for the commercial. And I'm going to be talking about how we're taking this facility and all the mental health facilities and all the old hospitals, and we're going to convert them into modern New Earth healing centers.
Perfect.
And I even saw a picture of my QR code on the screen, and I saw what I looked like, and they gave me this vision of the future of me making this commercial in front of and this was in front of a very specific Palm Point behavioral health center here in Titusville, the mental health hospital here. I was standing in front of it. And I was like, because when the medical system shifts and goes, and they take away the drugs and the cartel will come down, because I've seen it and felt it in vision already. I know it's going to happen. And very soon, when all the drugs are all of a sudden not available anymore, all the drug cartel and all of that comes down, guess what's going to happen? All those facilities are not going to be functioning like they were. They're going to crumble. The old system's going to crumble. And I'm really excited for this to happen. I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I've been like, when is this coming? I need this to happen. And I have a lot of passion behind this because of my son. I don't know if I mentioned my son to you, Trish.
No.
But my oldest son, very tragic what happened to him. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and his psychotic episodes after we moved to Florida got worse and worse and worse. And he was pounding the walls and screaming and running around the neighborhood, and he was scaring everybody. And he was traumatizing my younger kids, and he was traumatizing me and my husband at the time. And we didn't know what to do, so we Baker acted him, and he ended up in a mental hospital. And you know what they do in mental hospitals? They lock them up and they drug them with poisonous psych drugs. Psych drugs are the most poisonous, most dangerous drugs there are out there. And they don't fix anything, and they really didn't help my son. All they did was sedate him, which was really tragic. So, and then during that time, me and my husband were breaking up and we're separating and getting a divorce. It kind of like shattered and destroyed my family. So I have more reason than anyone to want to replace what they're doing in mental hospitals with the new age, new earth healing than anyone, because of what happened to my son. He spent 3 years in and out of hospital psych wards, and they snowed him under with drugs. They tried 9 different psych drugs on him, and nothing worked. Nothing worked because he wasn't actually diagnosed correctly. It was a misdiagnosis. We took him to get tested for autism, and he's autistic.
Aww.
So they're snowing him under with psych drugs when he was just needed to be understood correctly. So I really, like, for a long time, I was super angry and I wanted to go sue them. I was like, I totally want to go sue that hospital for refusing to test him for autism. So I have like a really, passionate heart and love for the mentally ill people because of my son. Those mentally ill people are the ones that need to heal first, because you know what? They're the ones that are gifted. Those are the ones that are neurodivergent. Those are the ones that are here to stabilize the Earth's frequency and to teach us all how to be loving. So those are the people that need to be freed first. Let's free them.
I agree.
My son is going to be the first one I felt, envisioned that he's going to be a leader. My son is a very powerful empath. He feels the collective. He feels every person that's ever lived. He's going to be a powerful leader.
I'm honestly in agreement with you on all of this, and I couldn't agree more. And it is like basically the people that are mentally ill, quote unquote, addiction, alcoholism, and the people in jail, because like those are usually like kind of all the same thing. And what's really neat is that it's basically really easy to lock up the spiritual people, right? And put them on medication. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are able to change the world and that don't comply with the narrative. But also, we have a new one coming in, like you said, and I freaking support everything you're saying. I'm
Can
so
I
excited.
ask a quick question?
Sure. I will be right back.
Okay. It's so, I'm so sorry what happened to your son, first off. I, as a empath from birth and from both sides of my families, that was always very vocal about that ability, and always had people like your son end up coming to me prior to being diagnosed and telling him to share their voice. I, because of acting out, did get institutionalized as a teenager. They did not put me on any medication because thankfully they realized I didn't need it. And I certainly am very sympathetic to your cause, because you must also have those abilities. I, all my life, studied cranial sacral. When I went to massage therapy school, in my 20s, after getting out of a harness racing industry, because I've always lived freely. I left home at 14 and made my way. And when I say, thank God, the universe protected me in ways that I didn't know how to protect myself. And I didn't get diagnosed with something I didn't have. But what needs to be incorporated, and legislatively, so it can be put through insurance. I don't know if you've thought of this or not. I am gifted at cranial sacral therapy, which should be in order to help people that have had trauma, are healing with the help of a good therapist, and cranial sacral therapy, which releases the energies that your son didn't know how to deal with. Have you thought of that?
I actually have. We've tried, we haven't tried that per se, but we have tried other therapies with him. And I was doing everything I knew how to do before he ended up getting Baker acted in the hospital and everything.
Of course.
But the stress became too great, and it became
Well, you had
too
no other
overwhelming.
choice. He
Yeah.
needed to be safe.
Well, and that was just it. Like,
Right. I get it.
we weren't caring for him in the way that he needed to be cared for, you know?
I get it.
But he's back with us now, and he
Good.
is, I'm able to have conversations with him
So what do you
as-
do? Because
as I
I'm a
understand
frequency.
more about neurodivergency.
I'm a frequency healer for animals and humans, and a musician.
Well, what
I'll
I
be
do is I
performing
do sound
tonight.
therapy. I have
So
I have
use.
I have Rife frequency treatment that I do. And I also do singing bowls and tuning forks and
tuning
voice
forks and the solfeggio tuning from the lowest to the
I do it
highest?
all. Yeah, I do it all.
Will be
All
the
right, guys,
most
let's wrap this
beneficial,
up. Let's
I
wrap this
think,
up.
in aligning him.
Thank you so much.
Oh, look, it's after 11:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys for joining us today. I never did an introduction. My name is Trish Kane. I'm the CEO and founder of Healerverse. We have amazing practitioners that we feature every single week. And Merrille today, she was telling us about her healing centers and her modalities and her story and all that's to come. Super excited. Thank you everybody for joining us.